The COVID-19 pandemic has worsened existing problems of poverty and inequality in numerous cities, specifically affecting employment, transportation, access to basic services, and housing security. The marginalized urban populations have been the most adversely affected. Therefore, it is crucial to comprehend the circumstances of the urban poor in order to guide and implement a resilient and environmentally friendly recovery in cities. The job market in the Philippines has been greatly affected by the lockdowns imposed as a result of the virus, which has further worsened the effect of COVID-19 on poverty in the country. Limited access to testing and densely populated living conditions increased chances of infection amongst urban poor communities.
The overcrowded homes, improvised dwellings in these areas make it extremely challenging to maintain social distancing and follow home quarantine measures. Urban poor communities are at risk of experiencing numerous health problems such as the uncomfortable transmission of COVID-19 due to their overcrowded condition and limited ability of water and sanitation facilities. The imposed movement restriction have an immediate impact on informal sector employees and those who rely on daily wage, as their choices for alternative work arrangement are limited.
Families who depend on micro enterprises have exhausted their savings and capital, which they use to meet their everyday requirements throughout the quarantine period. Various human rights violations and detentions associated with the urban poor's failure to comply with the quarantine measures. Simultaneously, incidents of domestic violence, gender-based violence, and child abuse have escalated as victims find themselves confined with their perpetrators. The crisis has impacted the urban more than others, causing significant harm to their already precarious assets and hindering their ability to recover. The way cities are managed and governed in the future is predicted to undergo significant change as a result of the pandemic. It is crucial to take decisive actions in the coming years as they will shape whether cities post-COVID-19 will adopt a more sustainable approach to development and management, while economic is likely to be the top priority for cities as they begin to recover.
The COVID-19 pandemic is unanticipated and uncontrollable chronic stressor that is detrimental to the mental and behavioral health of children and families, particularly those from the disadvantaged and marginalized backgrounds. Chronic stress impairs a myriad of prefrontal cortical function, important for coping with the COVID-19 pandemic, and has a consequence of dyadic parent-child functioning. Informed by the neuroscience and clinical evidence, sensitive parenting is a vital avenue of intervention that buffers against the toxic effects of COVID-19 on parent-child mental health. In the context of the COVID-19 pandemic, we first discussed the neurobiological and psychological and behavioral mechanism behind exacerbated mental health risks in families.
Food insecurity is defined as the person's tense concern about access to sufficient and affordable food at all times. Food insecurity causes stress in people. One of the most important reasons for people's stress is where and how to get enough food due to the employment and low income during the COVID-19 pandemic. Poverty, low income, family health, poor livelihoods, and household management strategies can lead to food insecurity. The severity and classification of food insecurity depends on family members' perception of food and food budgets. Consequences and traits of food insecurity hurt mental, social, and psychological emotional status, Food insecurity can be mild, moderate, or severe. The classification depends on the severity of the uncertainty, anxiety about access to food, unbalanced diet, and changes in diet quality.
The pandemic had a big impact to poor people. Pandemic probably changed multiple things such as health, socialization, and economic status, and how people think and make their decisions and actions. Mental ability and mood are commonly related. Mindfulness and meditation have been linked to both a reduction in stress as well as improvement in automatic cognitive processes like memory retrieval. They are scared to be infected by the virus. Their amygdala was detecting fear and threat to their lives and how they would survive in pandemic.
The COVID-19 has led to a dramatic loss of human life worldwide and presents an unprecedented challenge to public health, food system, and the world of work. The economic and social disruption caused by the pandemic is devastating. Tens of millions of people are at risk of falling into extreme poverty, while the number of undernourished people currently at nearly 690 million could increase by up to 132 million by the end of the year.